Do you ever feel like your emotions are controlling your life? Maybe it's anxiety holding you back from trying something new, or anger that seems to pop up at the worst moments. When emotions feel overwhelming, our natural reaction is to fight them or push them away. But what if I told you there's another way, one that doesn't involve battling your emotions? Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, or ACT, offers a tool called emotional acceptance, and it can completely change how you handle tough feelings. The idea behind emotional acceptance is simple. Instead of struggling to get rid of uncomfortable feelings, you allow them to exist without judgment. You stop seeing emotions as the enemy and start treating them as part of being human. It sounds counterintuitive, but here's why it works: fighting emotions only amplifies them. The more you try not to feel anxious, the more anxious you feel. Acceptance helps you break that cycle. Let's try an exercise together. Think of an uncomfortable feeling you've been having recently. Maybe it's stress about work, guilt over something you said, or sadness you can't quite explain. Close your eyes for a moment and notice where that feeling shows up in your body. Is it a tightness in your chest? A knot in your stomach? Just notice it. You don't have to fix it, just observe it like you're a scientist studying something interesting. Now, instead of labeling it as bad or wrong, see if you can describe it neutrally. You might say, "I feel a heaviness in my chest," or "there's a tightness in my throat." Avoid phrases like "I'm anxious" or "I'm sad." Those tie the feeling to your identity. Instead, you're simply noticing, "I'm experiencing anxiety," or "I'm feeling sadness." This small shift helps you create space between you and the emotion. Here's an example. Imagine you're feeling nervous before a big presentation. Your first instinct might be to tell yourself, "I shouldn't feel this way," or "I need to calm down." But what if, instead, you paused and said, "I'm noticing nervousness in my chest"? Maybe you place your hand over that spot, acknowledging the sensation with kindness, like you're comforting a friend. You might say to yourself, "It's okay to feel this way. It's just my body preparing for something important." What happens next is powerful. By accepting the feeling, you stop adding fuel to it. The nervousness might not go away completely, but it often becomes less intense. And more importantly, it no longer controls your actions. You can still go out there and give that presentation, even with nervousness by your side. This practice doesn't mean you like or want uncomfortable feelings, it means you're no longer wasting energy fighting them. Emotions are like waves. They rise, peak, and eventually fall. When you stop resisting the wave, you can ride it out and stay focused on what truly matters to you. So, the next time a difficult feeling shows up, pause and try these steps. Notice where the feeling is in your body. Describe it neutrally. Acknowledge it with kindness. And remind yourself, emotions don't have to control you. They're just part of being human. With practice, you'll find it easier to let emotions come and go without getting stuck in them. And that's what emotional acceptance is all about, letting yourself feel fully while still moving forward with your life.